Tammy and I am a pre-nursing student. I am actually only 3 classes away from applying to the nursing program for my BSN, so I am super excited about that. The reason I have chosen to make this video is because I know that when I first decided or realized that I wanted to be a nurse, I went online and looked at all the prerequisites needed for my college that I wanted to attend or that I plan on attending, and I just remember being so scared. I was absolutely terrified because there was so many classes, so many science classes, math. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. 2, I had gone to college previously and I did not do so well, truth be told. I want to be completely honest with you guys. I am actually the first person in my family to graduate high school and go to college here in the United States, so I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I remember my freshman year of college, I went to school and I signed up for a bunch of classes that I had no idea what they even were, what they were for. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. So I quickly failed out of many classes. Honestly, like F, 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 withdrawal, F, B, F, and I was just really discouraged. My mind wasn't there. I remember when I finally decided that I wanted to work in the medical field, I made an appointment with my college advisor, and I remember always feeling so guilty inside whenever they would bring up my transcripts, and I just felt very embarrassed at my transcripts because I knew that I was better than that. And honestly, they were really encouraging. They never made me feel bad about it, but they did emphasize the fact that, hey, look, nursing is very competitive, you have to get nothing but A's and B's. And I was like, oh my god, how am I ever gonna do that? Guys, I honestly, I did not think I was gonna be able to do A's and B's. I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. So I really had to buckle down. I was a medical assistant at the time. I was working full-time. I was just very unhappy with my life. So when I finally decided, hey, okay, my life is passing me by, I need to do something about this, I started off with my math class and I took that online. The reason I did it online was because, like I said, I was working full-time. So I ended up getting a B in that class, which I thought was so amazing. And after that is when my journey really started. I know for different nursing programs out there, all the prereqs are different, but the classes that I've done so far are Writing 101, Writing 102, Art, Psychology 101, Math, Statistics, Bio 156, Anthropology, and Microbiology. I have gotten an A in every single class except for my math class. So I have definitely turn things around. I've done a whole 160, 360, 180 something, a 180, and I just wanted to come on here and give you guys some advice. When I first started, I really felt like I wasn't going to be able to do this, and now being here, I'm so excited, and I just feel like anyone could do it if you set your mind to it. Once you learn how to control your mind, everything, you could do anything in this life, and I genuinely mean that. And it's honestly more discipline than it is anything else. You could be the smartest person, but if you don't have discipline, you're not going to get anywhere. And you could struggle with school, but if you work at it and work at it and work at it, then you will definitely rise to the top. I have written some tips and tricks that I have done along my prereq journey that I hope will help you guys. There is a website called Rate My Professor. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. If you guys haven't, I'll link it down below here. Basically what that is you could just find any of your professors online. I literally spend hours on this website. I do not sign up for any class unless I go on Rate My Professor, and all my professors are top notch, because honestly, I believe that in order for you to succeed in a class, you need to have a good professor. When in doubt, Rate My Professor. I strongly suggest you build a relationship with your professors. Honestly, just answer questions, talk to them, ask questions. Even if you don't know the answer, shout out what you think, and that way they familiarize themselves with you and they start to build a relationship with you, and they'll start liking you because they think that you're actually trying in the class, which you are. If you're interacting with them, you're actually trying and you care about the class. I think that you care, they'll definitely want you to succeed. So definitely ask questions, talk to them, answer their question, give your inputs, give your thoughts, like make conversation with them. That way if you have to email them for whatever reason to ask questions, they know who you are from the hundreds or thousands of other students. Like they remember you and they want you to succeed, so they want to help you. Next is build relationships with your classmates. This is also really important because when you're at home studying or you're working on a homework assignment and you have questions, it's so nice, I should say, to have someone to text and bounce ideas back and forth with. You guys have the same goal, so I keep saying it's nice, but it's really, really nice to have someone to go along this journey with. And I've made so many friends along the way where you guys can share notes, study together. That's a big one too, because when you have a set time and day to study with someone, you're going to make it regardless of whatever it is that's happening in your life. I mean, obviously not if it's something bad, but you'll most likely make it to that study date if you know that someone's waiting for you, rather than being at home and watching TV and knowing that you need to go study but no one is waiting for you, and you're just like okay, I'll go at 2 p.m. and then 2 p.m. turns into 4 p.m. and then 4 p.m. you haven't eaten, and then that turns into 5:30, and then all of a sudden it's already 7:30 p.m. and you're barely on your way to Starbucks. My next tip. When I first started studying, I definitely could not study at home. There was so many distractions. There still is so many distractions. So I definitely recommend going to your local coffee shop, your Starbucks, whatever it is, but going outside of your house. That way you're not tempted to look on YouTube, to get on your phone. You know you're there for a reason. I honestly, when I need to study and I'm home, I start eating. I don't know why, I just start eating. I'm like, oh, I'm not even hungry, but I'm like, I'm gonna go to the cookie jar. Definitely go to a coffee shop. You'll be focused there. You'll be ready to go. Listen to some good music. When I first started, I would listen to nothing but classical music. And now I listen to Ariana Grande radio because it's still like nice music playing in the background. But it's not something that I'm constantly like listening to the words that much. It's just background music. Another one, go to different coffee shops. I love trying out new coffee shops. It just does something to you mentally where it's like a new environment. It's even a new scent. You look outside, it's something new, and it keeps you motivated. It keeps you like, yes, like let's study, let's get a coffee, let's get a snack. If you go to work every single day, you get tired of it, right? Like you're doing the same thing over and over. This way it doesn't feel like studying. You get to see something new and feel something new, even though you're just studying. Notes. Notes are such a big thing. I am crazy about my notes. I love highlighters. Highlighters are my thing. If you have one highlighter, two highlighters, I definitely recommend going to your local Walgreens and buying, or your local Walmart and buying like a huge pack of all different colors. I have some back there. I don't know if you can see them, but definitely this color coded helps me remember things a lot easier. So like things for like neutrophil, for example. When I think the word neutrophil, I think like blue or green, and then I will highlight anything that is important that goes with that same color, or like eosinophil that is like yellow to me, so I'll do everything yellow like that. Last but not least, I definitely recommend that if you know that you have an upcoming exam, you definitely do not cram for that. Take some time to study and know the material, review your study guide, and just constantly study. Don't try to learn too much in such a short time, because then your brain is going to overwhelm and you're not going to retain any information. So if you do have to cram, let's say you only have 2 or 3 days and you have like 8 pages of notes, I would say work on like the first 2 pages the first day and just like memorize them as much as you can, and the next day start with the first page again and go over the second page, and then add 2 more pages or 3 more pages, however much you need to do in order to get there by the end of the 3rd day or whatever it was. But always start with page 1 or go back a few pages, and that's just going to help your brain refresh the information that you learned prior to that. So I definitely hope this video has helped you somewhat. I know it can be very intimidating going back into school, especially for such a competitive field, but if I can do it, you guys can do it. It's all about discipline. Take things at your own pace. Like, everything is practice, and once you get into a rhythm and you keep going, that's when you start to learn things. And I truthfully, honestly believe that I learned how to study over time, and I feel like you guys can do that too. And I promise you guys, if I was able to go from all F's to all A's minus that one B, you guys can do it as well. Also, I made an Instagram for nursing because I want to start doing more videos like this. I will link it down below. It's Nursing with Ami, so if you guys want to follow me on that, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys.